In this episode of the Motor City Hypnotist podcast, this came up because of last week, Matt and I were talking, but we're talking today about pets and mental health. Yeah. Are there benefits to your mental health from having a pet? Will your mental health be challenged if you have a pet? That's a valid question, but we're going to answer that. But we're talking about pets and mental health.
Okay.
And as usual, we give away free stuff. Hang in there, folks. We'll be right back.
This sounds like something for the authorities in Detroit.
Well, joke's on you. I'm living to 102 and then dying, like the city of Detroit.
Guys like this antique over here out of Detroit.
Spawned in the hellfires of Motown. Take him to Detroit.
No, not Detroit. No, please. Anything with that. No.
Stationed in Drambuie. It's worse than Detroit.
We did not have, as a unit, the confidence that we felt like we needed to beat Detroit.
Let's go to Detroit.
Now you're talking, brother.
I don't think so. He plays for Detroit now.
Do they have many farms in Detroit?
Detroit. It's in Michigan.
I go to school. I know where Detroit is.
Get ready for the Motor City Hypnotist, David R. Wright, originating from the suburbs of Detroit, Michigan. He has hypnotized thousands of people from all over the United States. David R. Wright has been featured on news outlets all across the country and is the clinical director of an outpatient mental health and hypnosis clinic located just south of Detroit, where he helps people daily using the power of hypnosis. Welcome, the Motor City Hypnotist, David R. Wright.
What is going on, my friends? This is David Wright, the Motor City Hypnotist. We're here with another episode of the Motor City Hypnotist podcast.
Yeah, you are.
That is Matt Fox, the other voice you hear, or hanging out usual Monday evening. We're a little earlier tonight than usual, but I posted that like today that we'd be going an hour earlier. So
nice.
So people who look for it will probably see it.
All right, fair.
But yeah, we're here in the palatial Podcast Your Voice, Southfield Studios.
Thank you.
It's been a while. We haven't given a shout out to Podcast Your Voice. They just had like what do you guys had? Two or three new shows in the past couple of months?
Yeah, Jamie keeps working his ass off.
Yeah, well, no, that's awesome.
Because I don't.
It's good for you guys. I mean, but if you guys are out there and you've ever thought, I know everybody has a podcast, and here's the thing. You know, we're not gonna beat Joe Rogan's ratings, but if you enjoy something, if you're invested in something that you enjoy and you want to talk about it, a podcast is a great place to get your. And here's the thing: I can give you real life data. I don't know. I think this year we've had over 1,000 views.
I believe.
I think when I go into Buzzsprout. So yeah, you're not going to get millions of views necessarily, unless it takes off. That could be, But again, if you have a passion for something, you want to share it with an audience, this is the place, because you come in, you sit down, you record, and you walk out.
Yep.
They handle everything. The back end tech, the posting, as far as the show itself going out to the podcast.
Yeah, we even make sure the curtains aren't showing.
Yes,
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Yeah, and you got a nice ambiance. There's a full bar here, by the way, which you can always enjoy.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, if you do a show here, you can.
If you do a show here.
Yeah, absolutely. That's kind of the point. Yeah, it's not a public bar, so don't come knocking on the door. So we'll just send you away.
What's your address?
So yeah, big shout out to Podcast Your Voice. Check them out, podcastyourvoice.com. Correct?
Yeah, thank you for that.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, folks, where you can find me. My website is motorcityhypnotist.com. On there, you'll find all kinds of things. Inquire about shows, inquire about personal sessions. There's a lot of good information there as far as hypnosis recordings and things like that. So check that out. My social media links, Facebook and YouTube, are both Motor City Hypnotist, and Snapchat, Instagram, and TikTok are all Motor City Hypno.
It's HYPNO.
There you go,
That's one of my favorite
And
things.
as we've done on every show, this is episode 313, I'm going to say.
Man, the ball.
Every episode, going back to number 1, we've given away a free hypnosis guide. Text the word hypnosis to 313-800-8510. Within a few minutes, you'll get a PDF that I've written. It's a couple page explanation of hypnosis. It's kind of an overview, dispels some myths and misconceptions, but you can have it totally free. Also with that text, you will get a link to my Google page, Motor City Hypnotist Google page, and you can leave a review of the podcast there, which would be greatly appreciated. Also, wherever you're listening, whatever audio platform you're on, be it iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, wherever it is, subscribe to the show. And the most important thing is to leave the review. That helps get in front of more people, which helps more people to find the show and hopefully grow our audience.
Yeah.
All right. I think we got all the good stuff out of the way.
Oh, uh-oh.
It is time.
Is it?
That's how winning is done.
All right. What do we got? What do we got?
So, Matt, we did a story last week about a dog who sensed this guy's heart attack before it happened. It's another story of a dog saving a guy.
I love these.
It's crazy. The Labrador usually lets Hank sleep late, but not on this particular day.
Wake up, Hank.
Something was wrong, very wrong. The service dog named Tommy has been with Frank since he was a pup, and he knew his owner was at risk. He started nudging Hank with his nose, then pawing at him and jumping on him.
Yeah. Wake up.
Hank figured the dog needed to go outside a little earlier than normal.
Okay.
But when Hank stood up, he was lightheaded and woozy, starting to sense that something was wrong with him. He opened the door to let the dog outside, but Tommy didn't budge. 54-year-old Hank kept feeling worse. He decided to check his vital signs with a blood pressure cuff, and he was startled by the results. His pulse was a staggering 171 beats per minute.
Okay.
The military veteran who had served more than 20 years called his local veterans hospital, but they thought his vital readings were obviously wrong. That he simply misused the blood pressure cuff.
Because the patient's always wrong. Yeah.
Hank and Tommy both knew better. So the resident of Fort Lufton, Colorado, drove himself to the hospital, and the diagnosis arrived a few minutes later.
Which is?
They were freaking out about it, Hank recalled. When the doctors confirmed his vital signs, it was good that Tommy woke me up. Something about the way he woke me up. He hasn't done it before, and he hasn't done it since, Hank told CNN.
Okay.
Doctors said more than likely it would have been a stroke, and it would have been a big one. What he was experiencing was AFib, an irregular heartbeat characterized by rapid rhythm. The upper chambers of the heart beat out of sync with the lower chambers, and the condition can lead to reduced blood flow and cause strokes or even death.
So Hank is sitting there. Oh, I'm sorry. Tommy is sitting there listening to Hank's heartbeat like shoes in a dryer.
Yeah, pretty much. Like as the dog probably sensed it or heard it. I don't know.
Man.
Years ago, Hank was in self-described dark spot. He had spent decades of his selfless military service in high-stress situations, a hero in harm's way. He served in Desert Shield, Desert Storm, Bosnia, and Operation Iraqi Freedom.
Wow.
So he's a decorated veteran.
Yeah,
served in 4 different conflicts.
That's over a couple decades.
Then, when he left the military, he worked for years at a federal penitentiary, adding even more layers of stress. All those experiences and memories weren't easily forgotten. Hank had a significant case of PTSD. He didn't like dealing with people or going out in public. He slept a lot and stayed at home, sheltering himself from the outside world.
But he doesn't like people?
Yeah.
Well, who does?
Well, I mean, his doctors encouraged him to pursue a service dog.
Okay, great.
And when his hunting dogs, also Labradors, passed away, Hank reached out to the Wounded Warrior Project for a service dog.
Love that.
That organization helped connect him with Dogs, Inc., a nonprofit that provides guide dogs, service dogs, and therapy dogs free of charge to people in need.
Love that. Yeah.
Not long afterward, Hank and Tommy were united, and the impact was immediate. We bonded fast, Hank said. I've had some good connections with dogs, but nothing that we have. He would key the clues I was putting out really quickly. If you're stressed out, he will come out and look at you and put his chin on you and like, hey, are you okay? It was a calming presence, and it was really quick. I was ready to have a dog again, but I wasn't expecting what I got. Hank received a new best friend and a new path forward.
Tommy.
Life started to look a whole lot better. And when Hank's heart was on the verge of potentially fatal malfunction, he was stabilized in the hospital. His wife brought the dog to see him. Tommy crawled right up onto Hank's bed and laid across him.
Good.
The dog stayed there for hours. So perhaps it's no surprise that he was the crucial first responder and hero when Hank's heart spun wildly out of rhythm. I knew dogs were a man's best friend for a reason, Hank said. He takes it above and beyond that.
Love this. Oh,
great story.
Well done, Tommy.
Yeah. Tommy the dog and Hank the man.
Hank the guy.
Hank.
Damn
it, Bobby.
What was it? What was his nickname? Hank the Tank?
Was it Frank the Tank?
Was it Frank the Tank?
It's Frank the Tank.
Well, it's Hank though.
Yeah, it is Hank here.
It's Hank here.
I was thinking of Hank Hill.
Oh, okay.
Damn it, Bobby.
Damn it, Bobby.
If you weren't my son, I would give you a hug. Definitely winner of the week stuff for sure.
That's how winning is done.
Yes, it is. Again, another story of a dog saving a human. How many times? Come on, dogs. You're taking all the attention. You're saving everyone. Humans are doing crap.
I'd vote for him.
Yeah, I mean, let's put him in charge.
Put him in charge. Yeah, I said it.
Yes, you did.
So, back to it.
So speaking of dogs, it's a great segue.
We're
talking today about pets and mental health.
Yes, we are.
Matt and I were having a conversation last week about last week's winner of the week. And then we also do, and if you guys listen to the podcast and then at any point, we do a dog or a pet at the end of every episode from the Detroit Dog Rescue.
Right. DDR.
Dogs and cats who need to be adopted or they need to be fostered. So we definitely have a place for animals. So we talked about this and we we're like, oh, we should do a show on this, on animals and mental health and see how this pans out. So that's what we're doing.
Yes, it is.
So here's let's start off with a fact.
Okay.
In 2023, United States Surgeon General Dr. Vivek Murthy announced that an epidemic was on the rise. Okay, so we're talking 2 years ago.
Okay.
And it's not the one you're thinking of. Loneliness is a growing global condition that affects people of all ages and background. A study from the American Psychiatric Association found out that 1 in 10 Americans say they feel lonely every day. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services reported that loneliness can lead to serious consequences. And here's statistics from the study. 29% increase in heart disease, 32% increase in stroke, 50% increase of developing dementia.
What was your...
What'd you say?
Well,
what's your name?
So to go back to those statistics.
Yeah.
Okay. So stroke, heart
disease,
and
dementia. Yep.
Because you're lonely, you have nobody to talk to.
Right.
And you're sitting on the couch, you're
by
eating
yourself.
You're just couch
you're
potato.
You're just taking all of the stress of the world without any kind of outlet or partner or somebody else to.
So yeah, your mental health is going to take a dive. Yeah.
So a team of researchers from the University of Georgia, led by Dr. Sherry Sanderson, completed a feasibility study exploring an unconventional and adorable solution to keep older adults healthy as they age.
Okay.
We're going to guess what it is because that's what our subject is today.
It's an animal.
The study addressed the needs of 2 vulnerable populations by pairing foster cats from the Athens Area Humane Society with adults age 60 or older who were living alone and didn't have any pets in the house.
So cats.
This first study. Yes. So they did the study to learn more about the impact of the human animal bond on mental and physical health, of course.
Okay.
Older adults are this is a quote from, shoot, I just lost it. Sherry Sanderson, the doctor. Older adults are a population at increased risk for loneliness and social isolation. loss of family and friends, declining health, lack of transportation, and financial stress all increase the chances of them becoming lonely, as well as the adverse health conditions associated with it. The human-animal bond is one way to help older adults and homeless cats simultaneously, so it's a win-win for both parties.
Okay.
So that was a study.
All right. So real quick.
Yeah.
What do cats do?
They do their own thing.
They do their own
what
thing.
They think. What they do.
They lay on the couch.
Yeah.
And they judge you. And...
They judge you. They make, they hiss at you and
feed me, clean out my bowl.
Right.
Pick up my poop. Yeah.
And then they cough up hairballs every 10 seconds.
Thank you for the demonstration. Appreciate that.
Right. But we know that if you've had a cat, you know what they do.
All right. So I'm gonna share a story with you.
Yeah.
When it comes to a feline and mental health in something that I have experienced personally.
Yes.
My current feline friend, she has, how do you say that? She's got a schedule, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So when I get home from work, we'll sit down and watch a show or something, and that cat immediately knows to get on my lap, and that's where she will stay until it's just about bedtime.
Right.
She puts us to bed. She has a routine where she'll put us to bed. She'll make sure that we're tucked in, and then she'll go and lay at the foot.
Yeah.
She takes care of us.
Yeah.
And then if we're having a bad night, she will make sure that we are aware that she is there.
Yeah, right.
So she'll get up on you and be like, "Are you okay?" And start patting your face or licking you or something. The cat knows.
Yeah.
These animals just know.
Animals do know. It's crazy. So the first question we're going to address. So how does having a pet help physical health? We're going to get into the mental health part in a minute.
Okay.
But here's the thing. Most pets require exercise and playtime.
Yes.
Which, again, it requires the owners to be engaged with them, to interact and have some consistent physical activity.
Sure.
Even low-maintenance pets, you mentioned cats, Matt, and birds, they also need physical stimulation and interaction throughout the day.
What about a sea anemone?
An anemone.
They're low maintenance.
No! Don't shut me up.
I haven't had any alcohol. I could say
no,
anemone.
you haven't.
Yeah,
you're totally fine.
Oh, you're.
What are you drinking? Coffee?
No, I'm just having a little cola.
Here. Oh, that looked like a coffee cup.
Coffee makes me a mite nervous when I drink it.
Close enough.
Yeah,
Hop on.
I got it.
Here we go.
So research from the Mayo Clinic Health System shows that the additional exercise that comes from owning a pet can help improve blood pressure, reduce obesity, strengthen joints, reduce blood sugar, and increase aerobic capacity.
Yeah.
Again, it's just movement.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I deal a lot with clients who are suffering with anxiety, depression, PTSD, things like this. They have effect on your mood, their mood disorders. And one of the things, the number one thing I say is, what kind of physical activity do you get in a day or every day?
Right.
And I'm not kidding. 95% of the time, none. And I'm like, okay, I don't want you to work out for 3 times a day in a gym. I want you to walk up and down your stairs 10 times.
Sure.
Once a day.
Baby steps.
Yep.
Baby
just
steps
get started.
Baby steps out
and,
the door.
and those,
Baby
and again,
steps
even a little movement can do wonders for your physical health and your mental health, when we'll get into that part in a little bit. And again, just the routine of taking care of a pet, it kind of gives you that built-in schedule. So a lot of people with depression, let's say, for example, they might sleep till 2 or 3 in the afternoon because but if you have a pet that has to go outside at 8 a.m.,
gets them up.
You have to get up.
Yeah.
So it kind of, and I hate saying it this way, but it's true. It kind of forces you into some schedule, some structure, some activity, and that's going to be beneficial for you. And here's the thing. People will, I say this with the utmost confidence, people will do anything for their pets. The problem is they won't do it for themselves.
Right.
Like people, again, people who are depressed that don't have pets, they might sleep 20 hours a day. But if they have a pet, they are going to take care of that. That's the one thing that never, I shouldn't say never, I'm sure there are exceptions. Most of the time, your pet's not going to be ignored.
No. Well,
they'll let you know. I mean, again, I
go.
know there are exceptions to that rule.
I gotta go.
So that's the big thing. It motivates you to get up and do something and at least let your pet out and feed them and give them water. And
it's a routine.
Yes.
And the animal helps you keep that routine because they're going to need to go out at a certain point in the morning and in the afternoon. And then you need to feed them. So there is a routine. If they're eating, if you're going to feed them, make yourself something to eat as well.
Absolutely.
If they got to go to the bathroom. Okay. Get yourself out of the bathroom, get yourself clean. You got to put yourself on a routine, and the animal will help you do that. Absolutely. I agree.
And again, all of these physical things that we talked about, blood pressure, obesity, blood sugar, aerobic capacity, these are all things that you will gain over time when you have a pet. So that's the physical side of things. So when we get into the mental health side of things, I think it's more striking or more I'm trying to think of a good word. More
Why? It's more on point.
Sorry. Let's go with that. I don't know what word I was looking for. It's
all right.
But so a lot of organizations have studied and are studying the relationship between pets and mental health. The National Institutes of Health and the Mental Health Foundation and the Human Animal Bond Research Institute have all done studies. In a joint study between these organizations, research revealed that oxytocin levels increase in both pets and human beings when they interact with each other. Known as the happy hormone, along with dopamine and serotonin, oxytocin can increase happiness and life satisfaction while reducing stress and depression. So the study actually saw a change in the chemical activity of the brain with people who have pets and people who do not.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
100%.
And I know a lot of people out there, I want to put this nicely. Maybe you didn't grow up with pets. Maybe it's not your thing. Maybe you don't want an animal in the house. I mean, things like that. And I get there are some people like that. Totally fine. The thing is, if you've grown up with dogs or grown up with pets, it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of just kind of hardwired in your brain, I think.
Tired of looking at a camera here.
Was you were blocking my view? Or you couldn't see me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't see. I'm trying. I see your eyes above the camera, and I'm like, I can't anymore.
So yes.
All right. So there is a pleasure to having an animal, right? And if you've never owned an animal, you've never had to take care of an animal, you've never had that responsibility,
right?
You don't know what you're getting yourself into. So folks that don't have a pet in their home at 60 years or older, and then they are have a cat thrusted upon them. It's like, oh man, what? Come on. Do I have to?
But here's the thing. Unless they're one of their kids or a friend said, take this, you need this.
Yeah.
It's their choice ultimately, of course.
Absolutely.
But I will say this, it's a lot of responsibility. It's a lot of work. And maybe that's the point, because when we have structure, when we accomplish things, when we take care of something, we feel that feel good hormone.
We have a purpose.
Yes. It makes us feel needed and valued, especially for people who might not need and value themselves. The pets can bring that on.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I'm trying to see both sides of the penny here.
Yeah, absolutely. So the doctor we mentioned, Sanderson, she said she has cats of her own, and she says she never feels lonely at home.
Of course,
because when she gets home, they're waiting for her. Yeah. And she said there's this little entourage of faces that are happy to see me. There's always someone that wants affection and is happy just laying on my lap.
She used the word entourage.
Yes, I know, which is
follow her around
fantastic.
everywhere,
Which is awesome. That's a fantastic thing. So we're going to do this, folks. We got some more information to share, and I don't want to cram it all in. And as you guys know, we always do parts 1 and 2.
Yes.
That's normal on this show. So
and we
shouldn't be a surprise.
And we have a few more minutes here of this episode.
We do.
So you've been you've owned pets pretty much your entire life.
Mm-hmm.
You've always had an animal in the home.
Pretty much. Our last dog passed a little over 2 years ago.
Okay.
So we did have a turtle though.
Yes.
And the turtle just passed a couple weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
So honestly, and that turtle came when we still had Pippin.
Mm-hmm.
We still had the dog when the turtle arrived.
Sure.
So honestly,
was the turtle waking you up saying, "Hey, are you okay?"
No. It's a different interaction. But I know this sounds crazy to people. Unless you own a turtle, you correct me if I'm wrong, but this turtle had a personality.
Mm-hmm.
He would get excited when you walked into the room.
Yep.
He would start splashing and going to the edge of the glass, and in my son, he stayed in my son's room, and my son said, "Yeah, I'd be at my desk on my computer, and I just see him just looking at me. He's just floating in the water, just staring at me.
Yeah, judging you. Yeah.
So, I and again, turtle owners, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if do we have the Facebook feed up, Matt? Just wondering if anybody's in or not. No, nobody's in. I just looked.
Oh, you're good.
No, it's okay.
No.
I really want to talk to another turtle owner at some point. They're hard to find.
Sure.
But again, just to satisfy my questions.
Yeah. And I ask you the question, if you've had pets
Yes,
your
I
time.
grew up with pets.
Yes.
I grew up with dogs growing up.
Same here. Dogs, cats, birds.
Yep. Never had cat. My sister had a bird. My brother owned a bird for a long time.
Parakeet?
Parakeet.
Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
We've had parakeets. We had lovebird. The lovebird was actually one of my most favorite pets.
Was it?
Yes, because this lovebird was hand trained. So when at birth, it was being handled by a human. So it was very trusting of human. And this lovebird was so affectionate. I would be eating a Cheez-It, and this bird would walk from my shoulder to my face and my mouth and grab a piece of Cheez-It and go back to my shoulder and eat it.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of the most fun pets I've ever had. Unfortunately, we had labs as well, and we all know that labs are bird dogs.
Yeah.
And the lovebird was really comfortable in the home and flew a little too close to one of the puppies, and the puppy tried to snap at it, and it scared the heck out of the bird. It was a very dark day in our household. Really
Yikes.
But I'll tell you what, having the responsibility at a very young age, seeing a Cocker Spaniel give birth and helping her to birth, not helping her, but breaking the sack, if you will, when the second puppy was born, because the first one was born, she broke the sack, licking on it, and then she had the second one, and she's like, what do I do? Yeah, I broke the sack, pushed it up next to her.
What the fuck
I'm telling you.
doing?
I know, it sounds pretty crazy.
But then to see the animal go, oh, I have to take care of this one too.
Right.
She ended up having 8.
Wow.
So, but to be there and seeing, at a young age, I was in grade school, when all this happened.
But to see that,
and to be a part of it and see the the birth of life or what have you with an
little
animal.
sidebar, Matt. I know we have another episode coming up, but I distinctly remember, I don't know, I had to be 8, 9, something in there. But I don't know if you remember that TV show. They showed a live birth.
Okay.
It was for educational purposes.
Was it an animal?
No, a human.
Oh, okay.
But it was on TV.
Okay. I don't recall.
I know.
If I saw it, I probably blocked it out.
I'm a bit older than you, so you probably missed it by 10 years or so.
But if I had seen it, I've blocked it out.
But I remember seeing that on TV. I was like traumatized as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
It was like,
it came out of what?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. The funny part of helping a Cocker Spaniel birth their puppies is that the puppies were born with full tails. And at my young age, I was like, why do they have tails? Because they actually snip off the tails when they're born.
Oh, right.
I had no clue. I'm like, they have tails. Right. I was so excited, and I didn't understand why. But then I was told that they cut the tails off because they are spaniels. And I'm like, oh, that's terrible.
Yeah. That's not very good.
No, I was like, oh, man.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
So I wanted to share that with you because, and as we talk about, in the next episode, the mental part of having an animal and what it can do for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm in lockstep here.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I am too. Like I said, I've grown up with animals all my life. I mean, shoot, you guys were doing animal talk radio for a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, we definitely. Before we leave, speaking of animals, somebody needs a home.
Who dat?
Midge.
Midge
needs a home.
Okay.
It's a senior dog. Schnauzer.
A schnauzer.
Female.
Okay. Set in her
Dog
ways.
friendly, yes. Kid friendly, over 5. Activity level is low.
Okay.
She was born in 2015.
Okay.
So she's about 10 years old.
Perfect.
Again.
Oh, come on. Midge. That's actually an old person's name.
Yeah. Yeah. It fits.
Let me make this bigger.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. There you go. Midge. Here.
Oh, there's Midge. Look at that.
She's adorable. And she is set in her way. She has a routine.
Nope. She's a senior dog again. Just so, and I'm not acting like I'm the animal professional here, but senior dogs are set in their ways. But they just need somebody to just need somebody to love them for the remainder of their life, and that's a difficult ask for a lot of people. People don't want to get a dog and think, oh, they're going to pass in a year or two.
Right.
They don't. It's an emotional investment, but some people, I know of some people who they only will adopt senior dogs.
Yeah.
That's kind of their purpose, to give them a great end of life. So, but Midge needs a home.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Come on, give Midge a home.
Yeah. Look at that face. How could you say no?
Come on.
DetroitDogRescue.com/adopt. Alrighty, folks, we're going to be back with part 2 of pets and mental health in the next episode. Those of you on Facebook Live, if you're there, stick around. We're going to be doing another episode. Those of you listening on audio, jump ahead. If it's not there, it will be there on Tuesday or Thursday.
Something like that.
Alrighty, folks, change your thinking, change your life, laugh hard, run fast, be kind. I'll see you next time. In this episode of the Motor City Hypnotist podcast, we are talking about pets and mental health. This is part 2. If you've not listened to part 1, you can jump back and listen to that one first, come back to us here, or listen to this one and go back later.
Yeah.
Either way, you get all the information. It's all fine.
Yes.
And as usual, we're giving away free stuff. Hang in there, folks. We'll be right back.
This sounds like something for the authorities in Detroit.
Well, joke's on you. I'm living to 102 and then dying, like the city of Detroit.
Guys like this antique over here out of Detroit.
Spawn in the hellfires of Motown. Take him to Detroit.
No! No, not Detroit! No! No, please! Anything but that! No!
Stationed in Drambuie. It's worse than Detroit.
We did not have, as a unit, the confidence that we felt like we needed to beat Detroit.
Let's go to Detroit. Now you're talking, brother. I don't think so. He plays for Detroit now.
Do they have many farms in Detroit?
Detroit. It's in Michigan.
I go to school. I know where Detroit is.
Get ready for the Motor City Hypnotist, David R. Wright, originating from the suburbs of Detroit, Michigan. He has hypnotized thousands of people from all over the United States. David R. Wright has been featured on news outlets all across the country and is the clinical director of an outpatient mental health and hypnosis clinic located just south of Detroit, where he helps people daily using the power of hypnosis. Welcome, the Motor City Hypnotist, David R. Wright.
What is going on, my friends? This is David Wright, the Motor City Hypnotist.
Are you alive over there?
I just had a little coughing fit, so it's hanging on.
Yeah,
so we'll get through it.
Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of the Motor City Hypnotist podcast.
You can take a moment if you need it.
Yeah, we'll take a minute. It'll clear up. It's fine.
Hey,
So we're
you know
here in the Palatial Podcast Your Voice Southfield Studios, hanging out, doing a podcast.
Yeah.
That is Matt Fox, the other voice you hear.
That's me. That is all
He's
me.
hanging out, not drinking tonight, but that's all okay. We're here doing a podcast.
Yeah, I gotta tell you,
Yeah.
the socials,
Mhm.
motorcityhypnotist.com.
Yeah.
That's where you can find you.
That is
And-
motorcityhypnotist.com.
And you're recording here at Podcast Your Voice Studios.
Podcast Your Voice Studios, the
As you-
palatial. I always have to add palatial because it is palatial
I appreciate
compared
that.
to other studios we've been in.
And you're talking about a very important topic today.
We are.
And everyone that has a pet knows that this is important. So
yes, absolutely.
I'm excited for part 2 of what we're going to be talking about.
So before we get into that, let me tell you where you can find me. Matt already mentioned the website is motorcityhypnotist.com. All kinds of stuff on there, including MP3 recordings. Say you want to stop smoking, say you want to lose weight, say you want some relief of anxiety. You can actually go to my website and get those MP3s, and you can listen to them, and hopefully they will help you.
You are a good
In addition,
person.
you can also make a personal appointment with me through the website. So if you want a show, it's there. If you want an appointment, it's there. And then all kinds of other stuff to help you is on that website. My Facebook and YouTube are both Motor City Hypnotist. Snapchat, Instagram, and TikTok are all Motor City Hypno.
That's HYPNO.
There you go, Matt.
Hypno.
And as we've done every episode going back to number 1, we're on 314 right now.
Okay.
Excuse me, right
314.
now.
All right.
And text the word hypnosis to 313-800-8510.
It works.
Within a few minutes, you'll get a text message with a PDF attached. It's a guide to hypnosis, not a full guide. It's like a 2-page overview, kind of tell you what hypnosis is, kind of how it works, dispel some myths and misconceptions. But also in that text, you will get a Google link to my business page, Motor City Hypnotist. There, if you could leave a review, would be greatly appreciated, because again, it just helps us get more people to watch and listen and check out the Motor City Hypnotist.
Again, it works.
Absolutely. And if you forget the number, I know some of you may listen to this when you're driving or maybe you're out and about, but if you go to my website, motorcityhypnotist.com, it's the same phone number, 313-800-8510. And if you just text hypnosis to that number, you will get that within a few minutes.
Perfect.
All righty. It is time.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. Here we go.
That's how winning is done.
All righty. So
Okay.
we have another animal story. Do
Okay.
you want to guess what animal, Matt?
Would it be a dog?
No. It's think more sea creatures.
A sea anemone?
Anemone.
Is it?
No.
Oh, sea cucumber?
No. It's a whale.
Ooh. Ooh.
A beach.
A what? A beach?
A beached.
Oh, okay.
I combine beached with minka because that's the type of whale.
Okay.
A beached minka whale survived 6 hours on shore to make it back to the water thanks to a helping hand from the locals, according to a report from Alaska.
Wow.
In the town of Seldovia on Kachemak Bay, a 15-foot minke whale was beached on the rocks at low tide, believed to be an incidence of poisoning by an algal bloom that could have killed it in just 20 minutes.
Okay.
I know that's a mouthful.
That was a mouthful.
Seldovia Village Tribe responded to an Alaska Sea Life Center advisory about the incident,
Okay.
the location of which the center asked to be kept secret. They dispatched their environmental coordinator.
Okay.
Stephen Payton's job description includes rescuing beached whales, but this was his first encounter in his 10-year career with a live whale. Most of them passed away when they get beached.
Right.
I just went out as fast as I could, not really knowing what to expect. And it's a long ways out there down McDonald's Spit. That's the area, I believe.
Tui.
So luckily, one of the locals that was responding was able to pick me up on a 4-wheeler and drive me.
Okay, great. Got a ride.
When he arrived, a group of about 15 locals had formed a bucket line, pouring seawater onto the whale's soft underbelly, which, along with being substantially scratched up by the rocks, could have become damaged in the sun's rays.
Sure.
The locals had also wrapped wet beach towels around it while they waited to come up with a plan on how to rescue it. Minke whales are the world's second smallest baleen whales, meaning like humpbacks and blue whales, they eat krill using special filtering organ in their throat. Even still, at 15 feet long, it would have weighed at least 3 tons.
That's a small whale.
Yeah, it is a small whale, 3 tons. But 3 tons, you're not going to move 3 tons.
You can't.
Well, no, I can't. The beast was thrashing around from time to time, and no one felt comfortable trying to manhandle it. But luckily, as the tide came back in, it freed the whale, which was reported in the area for days afterwards, swimming and spouting. Typically, a minke whale can drown in between 10 and 20 minutes on shore. The way the animal was oriented on the beach, lying on its side with its blowhole facing the sea, was very dangerous. The selfless work from the locals allowed that 20 minutes to become 6 hours when the tide's eventually arrival
they were able to
allowed the whale
in.
to right itself.
Right.
We are grateful to the calm presence and respect shown by those nearby during this time, Seldovia Tribe wrote on Facebook. Moments like this remind us of the powerful connection between our community and the natural world around us. So yeah, villagers came out. It takes a village, Matt.
It does.
It takes a village, and they all came out and pitched in to keep this whale hydrated
yeah,
until the tide came in.
I think that was the biggest part of that.
Absolutely.
Of the puzzle, if you will.
Well, and they did wrap it in those wet towels to keep the sun off.
Sure.
So that, again, that was also a good move. But
man,
yeah, it's a great story.
Yeah.
You know, they saved a 3-ton whale.
Save the whales,
Who
baby.
can say that?
Save the whales, baby.
Are definitely our winner of the week.
That's how winning is done.
Have you ever been to Alaska?
No, never been to Alaska.
I lived in Alaska. Yeah, my parents were stationed.
Kendra's been numerous times in her skating career. She was in Anchorage quite a bit.
It's a beautiful,
I'm
beautiful
sure it
state. It really is.
Well, I know there are Alaskan cruises that go all around there, but
it's just that you're on the outskirts. When you are in Anchorage or you're in Juneau and you're actually seeing in the wintertime the Iditarod going on, or the summertime you actually see the whales in the water and what have you. It's just it's amazing the culture that is in Alaska.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. You can spend a year out there and you still won't be able to see everything.
I'm sure. Yeah, because it's a huge state too.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's
massive.
It's implanted in my memory living out there.
Living there. Yeah, you have some immediate experience that no one else has.
A lot of flipping snow, but
if you like cold, maybe not the right place.
I was that kid on Halloween walking around trick-or-treating
with the puffy coat on,
with his costume over the puffy coat. Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah. I was a fat Superman.
Whatever it takes to make it work. That's a good thing. So we're here, folks, talking about pets and mental health. Now, we addressed in the first episode of the one just before this one, kind of the effects it has on physical health, and again, what having a pet can kind of dictate a schedule or structure for you, which is helpful, especially for people who are dealing with depression or other issues.
Loneliness, yeah.
Yep. So here's the other thing that comes along.
Okay. Go on.
One of the other things about pet ownership that kind of might sway people away from it is knowing that the pet is not going to live as long as they do.
And it's a part of life. It really is.
It is. And despite its benefits, pet ownership does come with its emotional issues when it comes time.
Okay.
So there's a theory that was put out by the Bowen family. It's a systems theory, and it's a concept that describes a family as a single emotional unit where the emotions of one member affect everyone else in the family. Many researchers recognize pets are part of this system, which explains the strong bonds between pets and their families. So Noelle Browning, a licensed clinical social worker, says that everyone in the family has a role, including the animals. And she said, in a way, they're like toddlers. As their caregivers, we're constantly thinking about where they are, what they need, when to feed them. Like any caregiver-dependent relationship, this creates a bond, whether it's an animal or a human. And again, as much joy as our furry friends bring us, every pet owner can tell you about the devastation of losing a pet.
Yes.
That we can all, everybody's gone through that. And I would say it's probably a majority of the population, I would guess, at minimum.
Yes.
they're a part of our lives, and they end up being our whole life sometimes.
We are their whole lives.
Well, yes, the humans are their whole lives. Yes, correct. So one of the exercises that Browning recommends for clients who are grieving over a pet loss is it's similar to the Japanese art of kintsugi.
Okay.
In kintsugi, you take a damaged item and you mend it back with gold. Crazy. I know.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
I'm trying.
Oh, great Odin's raven.
So the idea is that even though it seems broken, it's even more beautiful afterwards than before. When we relate our grief, we talk about how we can never be like what we were before, but also how we've changed and grown in important ways. So I'll try to wax poetic for a moment, but every pet brings some kind of meaning to your life. And even if it's a 10-year meaning, if it's a 5-year meaning, it doesn't change the impact in the emotional support you receive during the time that you've had your pet.
What was it? Kintsugi? Kintsugi. That's not unagi.
Nope.
Okay, that's
kintsugi. Kintsugi.
Okay, they have the unagi. Okay, no. Kintsugi.
So again, a lot of people, while they kind of might be hesitant about getting a pet because of this, it's fair to say the bond that you build is worth the loss you get, or the loss you receive afterwards.
So, and it actually, and you can tell me I'm being an idiot, but losing a pet helps you understand how you grieve when you lose a loved one.
Yes.
And you can understand how you would react when a human passes away.
Right.
It'll help you to kind of walk through those emotions a little bit easier, if you will.
Yeah. And I hate to say this, but sometimes we need to be forced into things that we don't want to address.
Sure.
And a pet loss is one of them, because you're right, Matt. It teaches us how to grieve and how to experience loss.
Because everyone grieves differently, and you'll understand how you grieve and what you need to do to help you move forward, with that loss, and just how to kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? How to cope with it, and in your own brain, how are you feeling through this scenario or through this experience that you're having, right?
Well, and the other thing it does, and it did with our family, it brought my wife and my son and I closer.
Sure.
Because we've all experienced this trauma together. And I hate to say that's a benefit, but it is. Think of it this way. You've given this pet the best life they've had. When you lose them, it hurts, but you did something really good. You shared of yourself. You gave love. It's a decent, kind human thing to do.
Sure. And so the level of love that the animal has for you, and what the animal has done for you, that's the loss that you're grieving.
Yes.
Because they're no longer going to be there to do that with you and for you. Service dogs, for example, they are there 100% of the time, 24/7. They are looking out for their human.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And now that human no longer has that. So the human has to figure out, where's
that support going to come now?
Right. And that's a separate process that you have to walk through and go through, but know that there's always love and support outside of the animal.
Right.
Right.
Well, it's very difficult. And I don't say this lightly. It's not really a joke, but many times people are much closer than their animals than they are to people. Because the animals love unconditionally.
Yeah.
There's no arguments. No. There's no, there's discipline and things like that.
Sure.
But overall, your pet's going to love you. You feed it, you take it out, you play with it, you pet it, it sleeps with you. Well, sometimes, depending on what house you're in. But yeah, that's all a part of it. And the therapist who I mentioned, Browning, there's a quote. She says, "People ask me all the time, how can I do the work I do with so much sadness around me? But I get to see the most incredible love every day. How many people can say that?"
Not many.
It's a good point.
It is.
And again, despite the difficulties that pet owners have with grieving, it's such a positive effect, both mentally and physically, in improving your health and being a happier person. Yes, the loss is tough, but the time you get is so much more valuable than the loss.
Yeah. And here's the other thing.
Mhm.
You want to hang on to your pet as long as possible.
Yep.
But you have to know when to say, hey, to cut the cord, for lack of a better term.
Yes. Pets get sick.
Yes.
Yes.
And you don't want, because they you can see it in their eyes. They
Yes.
cannot verbalize how,
Right.
I'm really struggling here. You need to be very aware of their mannerisms and go
well,
on.
and I will tell you, because I've had firsthand experience with this. We just had to put our dog down a couple of years ago. But and here's the thing. The vet told us, and we loved our vet. She was great. And she said, listen, animals can't convey pain.
No.
You might see a change in mannerisms. It might be very slight.
They are
but
so
to
good.
them, that pain level's at a 10. And you won't know it.
Nope.
But so I'll make a very long story short. When Pippin got sick, our dog, he had kidney issues, and that happened like he lived till he was 10. But like 5 years in, they said, because we do a checkup every year, medical checkup. And they said, yeah, something's up with the kidneys. His levels are off here. So we had to go on special dog food.
Sure.
But the last probably 6 months of his life, what happened was the kidneys weren't operating properly. So they weren't flushing the toxins. So you could see just a change in his mannerism. It wasn't like he just fell over and couldn't get up. He went out, he used the bathroom, he ate, he drank, but they said he's not feeling well. So we started doing subcutaneous fluids like 3 times a week at home.
Wow.
They set us up with the syringe and the hose and the IV bags and all of that. So,
My goodness.
So we were encouraged, because once we started that, things seemed to be getting better. And we took him in for another checkup. They said numbers are way down again.
Yeah.
He said,
This
this is not going to work.
Yeah.
So that's when we had to make the decision. But I will say, between my wife and Ethan, my son, I have to give it to him, because he kind of stood up, because I was an emotional wreck. My wife was an emotional wreck. He was an emotional wreck too, but he took charge of the subcutaneous fluid administration. He did it every day for for months.
Good.
And but then at the time and here's the thing, and I'm going to go back to the statement, Matt. Sometimes you have to know when to let go. And I know it's hard for people, but my vet said something, and it's going to stay with me, and I share it with clients all the time. A week early is better than a day late.
Agreed.
When you're putting your animals down.
100%.
And again, I'll give you an example. When the vet came to our home to put Pippin down, again, great service.
Wow.
Lap of love. Looked up their website. They do fantastic work. They're super compassionate. They come to your home so that your pet doesn't have the stress of having to go out somewhere.
Right.
To die in a strange place.
Sure.
So they can be in their own home with their own toys and their own people and their own furniture. So they came to your house and put him down. There was a point I was going in that, but I don't remember where it was going.
I know when to.
Oh, know when to say. Yes. And again, she made it very clear. She goes, I'm telling you, a week early is better than a day late. Yeah. And you're going to have regrets on that. You're going to think, because when she came, he actually jumped off the couch and ran to the door to greet her. Was tail wagging.
Yeah.
And then we thought, are we doing the right thing here? And the doctor who came to visit us, she says, you're doing the right thing. Yeah. We have his stuff. It's not going to get better.
Yeah.
So
I'll tell you the personal experiences that I've had, all right, to put it in simple terms, I can never watch the movie Marley and Me.
Yes.
In my lifetime. I watched it one time and I
know.
Never watch it again.
I brought that up on one of our movie countdowns, if you remember.
I do.
I know.
I still shake my head tilts to the side a little bit, but
that was the podcast episode, by the way, people. Movies that make men cry.
Yes.
Look that up. It's way back, maybe like number single digit or like under 100.
Okay.
Look back.
But yeah, having been through that experience now a few times, it doesn't get easier, but you are able to cope and understand how you move forward better. Is that
yeah,
okay?
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. I mean, and even us, our family, we are getting another dog in a couple weeks.
Yeah, he's cute.
And but it's taken me 2 years to even try to consider that.
Sure.
And again, part of my brain, and this is why I want to reach out to be. Part of my brain is like, why are we doing this again? In 10 years, we're going to go through the same thing.
Because you need that purpose in your life again.
Well, and again, an animal needs to be loved.
Yes.
I say that selfishly. You get more out of it than, well, no, I wouldn't say you get more out of it. The animal gets a lot
it's
out of it.
50-50.
Yeah, it is. It is an even split. So we're talking about people who are lonely. And we mentioned that part of the first episode, last episode.
To help with mental health.
Yeah, yes. With mental health. And people always point to COVID-19 as being like, oh, this is when this loneliness epidemic began, but it actually has been before that.
Yes.
So there's a study through Habry and Mars Pet Care. They did a survey and they said, what do you do when you feel lonely? 80% of the respondents said they turn to their pets for comfort.
Okay.
80%. Additionally, over half of them, 54%, said their pets help them connect with others in the community, which fosters a sense of belonging.
Yeah. Go to the dog park.
But here's the thing. You're taking care of a dog and people think, oh, you're still isolated. You should have your pet at home. But if you take this pet for walks, if you let him outside, if you take him to vet appointments, if you take him to get groomed, that these are all things that get you out there and interacting with people. And again, I know in a way it's forced, but it's still good for you.
Sure. That's
the positive thing. Here's another thing that study has done. Pets encourage mindfulness. Now, for those of you who've not listened for a while, we did a whole episode on mindfulness way back when. But mindfulness is just stopping and just focusing on right now, this moment. And a lot of times I will do I know those on audio can't see me, but I'm touching my fingers together.
Thumb to finger.
Thumb to finger all the way through, back and forth on both hands. Now, the reason I use both hands is it engages both hemispheres of the brain.
Yeah.
Because you're opposites. Your brain controls.
This is what people that have suffered a stroke. This
is
a
lot of times that they'll touch on both hands, touch finger to each thumb to each finger, and just focus on that. Focus on that touching, and that what that does is your brain can't think of multiple things at a time, even though we think they can. They can't. You can only think of one thing at a time. And as you do this, your brain kind of disengages from that wandering and latching on. But again, this kind of helps because it encourages mindfulness. Pets do the same thing. When your pet is there and looking at you and you're petting him, there's nothing else going on in your brain.
Right.
That's it. That is isolated. That is the only thing you're feeling at that moment.
It could be a sensory thing.
Yes, it could be a sensory thing. Could just be a satisfaction thing. The other thing too, and again, some things are kind of lost in the shuffle, but pets encourage healthy habits, physical healthy habits. Now, I'll get into this in a minute. A lot of the researchers say the health benefits go far beyond taking daily walks. They said interactions with pets trigger a release of oxytocin. We mentioned that, endorphins, prolactin, which is a nurturing hormone, while stress hormones actually go down. Yes. And here's the good news. The positive changes, those chemical changes in your brain are happening in your pet's mind too. It's the exact same feeling they're getting.
Yep.
That feeling of want, that feeling of being connected, that feeling of love. So again, can improve heart health, better chance of recovering from a heart attack. We did the winner of the week last week was a dog who sensed his owner's stroke coming on.
Yeah. And then before a heart attack.
Yeah.
Before. Yeah.
Even this, something as simple as children caring for their fish. If you give a child a fish, it teaches them way early on to link their own self-care with that of an animal.
Good morning, Goldie.
Yeah.
Good
What's up, Goldie?
fucking morning, Goldie.
No! Don't shut me up!
Today's going to be different, Goldie.
So here, and think about this. There was another study. It observed a similar result in people with Alzheimer's disease.
Mm-hmm.
When Alzheimer's patients ate their meals in a room with a fish tank, they ate more, were less likely to require supplemental nutrition, and exhibited fewer behavioral issues. Just by having a fish tank in the common area.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Texas, to Houston at the Houston Aquarium?
Never been to Houston. I've been to San Antonio.
All right. So in Houston, they have the Houston Aquarium in the downtown area. And it's a really fun aquarium, a lot of species to look at, what have you. But there's a restaurant there, and it's a huge fish tank in the middle of the restaurant. And you are sitting around this aquarium and eating a meal or lunch.
Right.
I was an asshole and ordered the fish.
Well, I mean,
I couldn't help it, man. Oh, Pinchy, you taste so good.
I know this is a sidebar, Matt, and I have to ask you. I know I've asked you.
What?
Curb Your Enthusiasm? Oh. Okay. I can tell you it's not spoiling anything because Larry goes into this Chinese restaurant and there's a fish like right on the side of the tank, just like in place, just flapping.
Okay.
And Larry says, the fish is stuck. And the owner's like, not stuck. He's stuck. Not stuck. Stuck. Not stuck.
Just
starts this big argument because Larry feels like the fish is stuck and he needs help.
Yeah. Was it the Monty Python, not Holy Grail, but it was
Life of Brian?
Not Life of Brian. It was the other one. Meaning of Life.
Meaning of Life. Yes.
Yeah. When the big guy walks into the restaurant, and the guy's like, "Oh shit, he's here!" and they swim away.
Give me a bucket.
Give me a bucket. I need a bucket. So gross.
So yes, definitely. Again, it showed change in Alzheimer's patients. Here's the other thing. Psychiatric service dogs have shown to be beneficial for veterans with PTSD. Again, there are a lot of studies out there, specially trained dogs that provide environmental awareness, emotional calming, and intervention during panic attacks or anxiety attacks. And here's the other thing. Studies have also shown that veterans paired with service dogs have better sleep, stronger family connections, smoother reintegration into communities, and even higher employment rates.
Perfect.
It's crazy because this therapeutic benefit of pets is I think it's beyond even what we're even talking about. I don't think it can be defined. I really don't. I really think it's that powerful.
There is really nothing better than a dog, sitting down next to you, putting his head on your lap and you're stroking his head or petting his ears. And then you can see them getting satisfaction out of it, or a cat jumping on your lap and just starts to purr. There's nothing better than that soft purr. That soft
purr. They're not angry. They just love being where they're at.
They're comfortable. They know that they're being cared for, and they're caring for you at the same time.
Yes,
there's nothing better.
Yeah. And here's an interesting thing. In response to in response to pets being so helpful as far as mental health goes. There was an organization was established just 2 years ago. It's called the Association of Animal Assisted Intervention Professionals. I'll say that one more time.
Please.
Association of Animal Assisted Intervention Professionals.
Okay.
AAAIP.
Okay.
Again, just established 2 years ago, but this organization provides training and certification for professionals who want to incorporate animals into their practice, whether it be doctors, counselors, psychologists. So this organization is trying to get more animals into a therapy or mental health setting to help people with mental challenges.
I would love to see, animals in corporate office settings.
That too.
Whether it be automotive or in banking, have you ever walked into a bank and saw a service dog sitting there with an employee?
No.
Right?
No.
So
well, and I will say, I'll have to say, my son's 23, so he graduated many years ago. But his district, I have to hand it to them. They were on the cutting edge of everything that as far as building and whatever sports but they had a service dog. Or maybe it was middle school. Doesn't matter.
Yep.
There was a dog that came to school every day. He
Mhm.
came into every classroom, spent the whole day, every day at school.
Yep. We have there's an animal that walks around the high school down the street from us.
Yes.
But they're there for a different capacity, unfortunately.
Oh, they're there for their drug
For
sniffing
security and
dogs.
drug sniffing.
Yes, yes.
However, this dog knows its job, and it's also there as a therapeutic type deal.
Okay.
Because there are
So he's doing dual. He has a
doing
dual role.
Yeah. So because there are kids in the school that might have certain mental challenges, and that dog loves being visited by those kids.
Yeah,
it really does.
Absolutely, and the kids love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I distinctly remember. Anytime I volunteered at my son's school, I would see the dog, and kids were just. It was just fantastic.
The dog was loving it. Yeah.
So here's the thing, folks. Kind of the bottom line is a pet can be very good for your mental health.
Yes.
And even though you might be hesitant or resistant or think, oh, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of responsibility. Here's the thing. It's going to be good for you.
Yes.
This is good responsibility. This is something that can help you if you're depressed, if you're anxious, if you have PTSD, if you're a veteran who suffers and doesn't sleep well. All of these things, studies have shown pets can help these areas. So if you've been resistant to it in the past, consider it. Whether it be a dog, whether it be a cat, whether it be a turtle, it can be anything.
It can be anything. Yeah.
Anything that you need to care for. And I hate even saying it that way. Anything you want to care for,
there you go.
It's going to be helpful for you.
Right.
And it will be helpful for your mental health.
And I would be remiss if I didn't at least mention this. When taking on a responsibility of an animal, there is a monetary cost to taking care of an animal.
There is.
You have to be prepared.
Yes.
For that, and you have to understand if you find that you're not able to afford it, you can't just give it back.
Right.
That's not how this works.
Right.
Okay. You have.
I mean, technically, you could give it up to a shelter. That's not ideal. No, you're right. You're, and I want to say this sensitively.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people out there who don't even know where their next meal is coming from.
Right.
And they have a pet.
They will feed the animal first before they feed themselves.
It's just not fair to the pet.
No.
Because you need to have means to take care of your pet.
Yes, you do.
That's the bottom line.
But the bottom line is you need to take care of yourself. And if you feel that an animal will help you do that, understand that you have that responsibility of caring for that animal for the rest of their life.
Well, and there's a reason, and we're gonna hop into that in just a second. But there's a reason I do a Detroit dog rescue every podcast. So we record 2 podcasts a week, and every single unless we forget, every single podcast, we do a Detroit dog rescue pet that needs to be adopted.
Yes.
These are all pets that somebody owned at one point, and they either they were abandoned, or that they were found, or they were strays, or they gave them up. And here's the thing. If you can't afford a pet, yes, take them to a shelter.
Right. A no-kill shelter.
A no-kill shelter.
Yes.
Absolutely no kill. Make sure that's in place before you do it.
Yes.
But if you find that you can't take care of them, there are ways to get them rehomed so that they get to continue a good life.
Sure. Please.
And at the same time, I would encourage people who are dealing with depression, anxiety, PTSD, a pet can be so good. It can be so helpful.
Amen.
I mean, just do it.
Yeah.
So, and speaking of, before we go, you know who needs a home, Matt?
I saw it, and you have to start putting these things upside down because
I know. I'm trying to block it out.
I saw his name, and I'm absolutely enjoying it.
I'm not going to say the name yet. Okay, this dog was born in 2021.
Okay,
they're about 4 years old.
Got it.
Schnauzer, male.
Okay,
he's only 10 pounds.
Okay, small dog.
Dog friendly, yes. Kid friendly, over 5.
Okay.
Activity level is low.
Cat friendly?
Cat friendly, unknown. It's always unknown.
Yeah.
Because we don't know, because they've never been around cats. Spock.
Live long and
damn it, Spock. I'm a doctor, not a scientist.
Live long and prosper. Look at that.
Look at that.
Come on. I pulled my inner Phil Rosenthal out. Come on. Come on.
There you go, Matt. Take a look at Spock.
Spock is great. Look at him.
Yeah.
He wants a home.
He does.
That's a Rubik's Cube
He
behind
needs to
him.
sit on your lap
That is a finished Rubik's Cube behind Spock. He is a smart dog.
Oh, look at that. That is great, Matt. Let me show people.
Yeah.
If you're watching on Facebook Live, if you're listening to audio, come to my Facebook page, go to the end of or listen to the whole episode. But at the end of the episode, see a picture of Spock and the solved Rubik's Cube sitting right on the floor next to him.
It's probably a dog toy, but it looks like a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, it does. It is.
But
it does look
his
like
name's
a Rubik's
Spock,
Cube.
and he's intelligent. So there you go.
Spock.
And he has emotions. This Spock does
Live
have
long
emotions.
and prosper, Spock. Spock needs a home.
Yes, please.
Rescue him.
DetroitDogRescue.com. DetroitDogRescue.com.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
See?
Or the one.
See?
There we go.
We have to invite the Detroit Dog
We
Rescue.
do, yes. And I have it on my radar to get in touch with them.
Okay,
So.
please.
All righty, folks. That is our pet and mental health episode 2 wrapped up.
Mm-hmm.
All righty, folks. Join us next Monday. We don't have a subject yet, but we will.
And if you do record, I will not be here.
Okay.
We're just gonna throw that out there.
Well, just in case, because I have no idea what comes up on my schedule day to
Sure.
day either. But according to schedule, we should be here Monday. If not, we'll be here soon after that.
Fair enough.
All righty, folks. Change your thinking, change your life, laugh hard, run fast, be kind. We'll see you next time.